Hello and welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, the basketball edition. It's Thanksgiving time, 2 days away already. How in the world did we get to November of this year already? But we're here. And during Thanksgiving, although we should do this all the time, but during Thanksgiving, people pause and they reflect on reasons to be thankful. We do it in our personal lives. Well, today I'm going to give you 6 reasons the WNBA should be thankful for Caitlin Clark. Before we get to that, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And if you've not purchased my book, Push Your Way to Purpose, or claimed your free book, if you're a member of the Legend membership, then definitely go back to that video a couple videos ago because time is running out for that. Just the end of Tuesday. That's it for now. Okay. All right. 6 reasons the WNBA and Unrivaled actually should be thankful for Caitlin Clark. Number 1, Caitlin Clark decided to come out of college and enter the WNBA draft. Why is that something the WNBA should be thankful for? I chuckle because you'd think it was obvious, but let's just break it down. First of all, her entrance into the WNBA brought immediate attention and created unseen before revenue for the league. It packed stadiums. It sold merchandise. It created a buzz like the WNBA had not seen in 28 years. It brought in new fans. Okay, so the WNBA should be extremely thankful that Caitlin Clark said, I'm going to take my talents into the WNBA. Although we all know that in many ways, they want her to go away along with her fans. But they also need her to stay, just as Unrivaled wanted her in the league. Wasn't worried about the rowdy fans at that point. They needed Caitlin Clark to draw attention. So now what do we have? We've got new fans who want to learn the game. I'm talking about people who never did anything with basketball before, didn't know about basketball. In fact, one of the memberships on my channel is the rookie membership. And one of the perks they get is twice a month, I give a basic basketball lesson. Why? Because there were people who said, can you do something to teach us more about the game, the basics of the game? Because I haven't been a basketball fan, but with Caitlin Clark, I came into the league, into finding out what's going on with this league and learning about basketball terms. And they want to hear things about pick and roll and boxing out and things like that. It's been amazing. Caitlin Clark, the Caitlin Clark effect, and the WNBA should be extremely happy about that. But Caitlin Clark's effect, it's a past, present, and future effect. It really is. You've got people who were basketball fans in the past, and they came back to basketball. They came to the WNBA. And I'm talking about, I hear from people who are 60, 70, 80 years old who were away from basketball. They may have never been a WNBA fan at all, but now they're watching the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark. So there's the past. Then there's the present. We have present basketball fans who were never WNBA fans, but with Caitlin Clark, they started watching the WNBA. And then we talk about the future. There are young people. Can we say that they are hardcore basketball fans? No, but they've seen Caitlin Clark and they've seen her shoot that ball and they've seen her pass the ball. And they're thinking, wow, just like we think when we look at something and go, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. I think I'm going to take up playing basketball. Yeah, that's happening. Caitlin Clark and her effect, it's past, it's present, it's future, because she decided I'm entering this draft and I am going to make myself available to the WNBA. Caitlin Clark entering the WNBA also caused people to learn about other players. You hear people say it all the time. I hear it all the time. You know what? Once I started watching the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark, I learned about these other players. I like Nafisa Collier. I love Kelsey Mitchell. I love Lexi Hall. And they start naming off different players. Alicia Gray, all these players that now they're like, wow, Jackie Young and how she taught Caitlin, tie your shoelace there. I'll tie my shoelace. Give yourself some time. They're like, wow, that really stood out to me. And now they're following other people. I get comments like that all the time from people. The WNBA should be thankful for that. And not only that, people are already saying, we can't wait to watch next season because we want to watch Caitlin Clark play again. Again, the WNBA should be thankful because they're checking out games from this past season. They're rewatching games. They're watching old Iowa games, actually. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA should be extremely thankful. Number two, the WNBA should also be thankful that Caitlin Clark didn't turn around and walk out the door when she saw what she was up against. She came into the league excited, getting an opportunity to live out her dream. And how was she met by some people? She was met with jealousy. She was met with cattiness. She was met with some people going to social media trying to make her look bad. She was met with people who tried to hurt her. And the WNBA, you should be extremely thankful Caitlin Clark didn't say, never mind, I'll take my talents overseas. She stayed. You should be thankful. Number three, Caitlin Clark came into the league with a lot of hype. She could have been a dud. Many wanted her to be a dud. Many anticipated, Gino, that she would be a dud. Many were focused on the levels to this thing. And what did Caitlin Clark do? She performed at a high level, not just for a rookie, but for a player, period. Breaking dozens of records. Is it 62? Might be 63. Record after record. It seemed like every time she stepped on the court, another record. Why should the WNBA be thankful for that? Some of them, the players, some seems like some in the league, in the high echelons of the league, don't like it either. But they ought to be thankful. Why? Because her high performance caused people to come back. What's Caitlin Clark gonna do next? It made the game exciting and it made them want to stay. And I tell you what, if she did not perform at a high level with all the physicality we saw in the league, many people would have exited. But because she drew attention with her game, they stayed. Now, there are some people, and the WNBA should know this, there are some people I know because they told me, I can't stay and watch this anymore. I actually can't, and they exited. But the vast majority of the people who tuned in to watch Caitlin Clark, because she performed at such a high level, they're sticking around. And the WNBA should be very, very thankful for that. Number four, Caitlin Clark is media savvy. That makes the league look good. She's gracious, even when she could have been, let's just say, not so gracious. She could have told it like many of us would have told it. We're dealing with some of these people. She's been gracious. She's been a great representative of the league. She's made the league look better than the cattiness and physicality taking place. Understand when I say this, I get it's not every player in the league, but in the DNA of the league, we got to see how they were trying, many of them, to hurt her or to make her look bad or to speak ill of her and to downplay her. And by extension, I should say, downplay her by downplaying or making her fans look bad. The whole thing, you guys know, the whole thing that went with it. And yet she remained classy. She remained gracious. And the WNBA should be extremely, extremely thankful because with her, again, the eyeballs, the revenue, I mean, she's been a complete game changer. Excuse the pun. Number five, the WNBA should be extremely thankful that Caitlin Clark is spending her offseason playing golf. Playing golf? Why should they be thankful if she's playing golf? Yeah, I'll explain that. They should be thankful that she's playing golf, that she's doing speaking events, that she's doing charity work. Because why? She is being introduced when she does these things as a WNBA professional. So although the WNBA has dropped the ball again in not highlighting her, I'm talking about the WNBA. I'm not talking about the Indiana Fever, who has showed her doing those various things. I'm talking about the league. As a league commissioner, you should be highlighting these things. You're not, but you should be glad that she's doing this, because she's not looking for your, she knows what she does. She may be gracious, but she know y'all not about nothing in terms of being professional. And whatever your issue is with Caitlin Clark and downplaying her, when you should be saying, look at what our player is doing in this league. That's what businesses do. Okay. But she continues, she's playing golf, she's speaking, she's talking about co-owning a soccer league, and the WNBA should be extremely happy about that and thankful, because as she's introduced as a WNBA player, it makes them look good. This is one of our own. That's like if you graduate from a high school and you go on to do great things. What do they want to say? She's one of our own. We're proud of her. She represents us well. She is the epitome of what we stand for. That's what you do. Although the WNBA isn't doing it, they should be thankful that she's out there doing it, because it speaks well of them. Unfortunately, it also speaks poorly of the fact that they are not highlighting it. But number 6, the WNBA should be thankful because Caitlin Clark is already working on her game for next season. She's only going to get better. She's already in the gym with all the records she's broken, with all the talent, with all the eyeballs, with all the revenue, with all the publicity she already has, because she's such a phenomenal basketball player and a phenomenal representative of the league. As far as her game, she's getting better. She's at the basement. She just finished her rookie season doing what she's done, already in the conversation for MVP, in the voting for MVP. So as she gets better, people are going to stay tuned in to watch her play, because they like what they saw and they can be expectant about what they're going to see. Again, people are already saying, when does next season start? We cannot wait for next season. So the WNBA and Unrivaled should be thankful for Caitlin Clark, even though she didn't play in Unrivaled. She didn't sign to play. Doesn't look like she's playing. She said, I'm putting the kibosh on that. Those rumors, I'm not playing. All those things I said, Unrivaled benefits from those as well. People were looking toward Unrivaled because they wanted to know if Caitlin Clark was going to play. And some are looking toward Unrivaled because Caitlin Clark allowed them to see other players who are playing in Unrivaled, and now they're going to be tuned in to that. So whether you're talking about the WNBA, whether you're talking about Unrivaled, they should be thankful for Caitlin Clark. Now, I know Caitlin Clark is also thankful for the WNBA because this was the dream, or at least she thought it was a dream. I'm sure she got in there and said, whoo, but it was her desire to play in this league. Here she is. I'm sure she's thankful, living out her dream. But I'm telling you, she ain't the only one that should be thankful. The WNBA, I gave you 6 reasons it should be thankful for Caitlin Clark. Now, what do you think about what I said? What did I miss? What would you add? Get in the comments, talk about it. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.